Thank you very much.
Well done. That's a great start. Brian.
Thanks very much. No slides, but just some comments, really, again, focusing on that theme of competitive advantage, and in particular, really trying to figure out, do you have a competitive advantage? What are the strengths of your opportunity? What are the resources and the opportunities you have to build on to move forward? And I guess the good news from a provincial standpoint is, I see out there a number of resources available to communities and communities across Eastern Ontario and all of Ontario to kind of help move that forward. When I think more broadly about the economy, I think it's really critical that communities engage in the kind of dialogue that Lauren was talking about, and you bring all those stakeholders together. And as a part of that process, I also think it's very important that you take a look at some objective data to really get a sense, a snapshot of what the dynamics are at play within your community itself, and using things like community economic analysis tools and things in the economic development field. We talk about things like shift share analysis and location quotients to really take a hard look at what the numbers say. What are the driving sectors in our community? What have the changes been over the last 5 years? Are there some trends out there? Do we in fact have a competitive advantage? Not to say the community economic analysis itself is an end by any stretch, but using those particular tools, you spark that dialogue that you then have with the community to try and understand why certain industries are growing, and if there's an opportunity to support those industries to grow further. Through OMAFRA, we actually have community economic analysis tools kind of on two different levels, actually. We track industry trends over time, but we also track labor force as well. With all the interest in the creative economy, and I know a number of people are very interested in where that's going, we can take a look and look at the creative economy Richard Florida classifications of the labor force within your community, and give you a sense of who's working in your community and what their profile is, and that analysis can help to lead to some opportunities for you moving forward. There are lots of other assessment tools that are out there that, again, help communities to deal with some of the things that Dr. Ritchie brought up earlier, where, you're thinking from a tourism standpoint, one of the key things is really what are some of those core attractors? What are those core strengths that we have that we can really build on? Our ministry, again, has a neat little program called First Impressions, where we do exchanges between communities and kind of an unannounced secret shopper kind of thing. But communities then come back and say, you know what, we were in your community for a period of time. We had a great experience doing this, we had a not so great experience doing this, and we think you can build on X, Y, and Z. So there are some mechanisms out there, I think, that can really provide feedback to communities of any size, quite frankly, in terms of how they might develop some of that tourism product and help to raise the bar a little bit. I'm really pleased that Lauren mentioned the whole focus on small business. We are huge fans at OMAFRA of a program called Business Retention and Expansion, and many of you will be familiar with that. Business Retention and Expansion is a formalized process where communities engage with a dialogue with the businesses in their particular community, recognizing the fact that most of the job creation that's going to happen in your communities is going to come within. And so we certainly support communities, and communities that have all the assets in place to engage in the investment traction piece. That's fabulous. But the reality is, for many of our small communities across this region, it's that job growth from existing businesses, adding 1, 2, or 3 jobs that's really going to be critical and help to grow the community, grow the economy, and build a bit of a competitive advantage for you. A number of our other ministries also have a tremendous number of resources available as well, again, to help you really get a sense of what the opportunities are for you. And I know we had a number of our tourism colleagues here earlier today, and I'm thinking of some of the resources like the Premier Ranked Destination Analysis, which really focuses in on some of the tourism opportunities and assets that you have. And related to that as well, the Tourism Demand Generator exercise that they can lead you through. So other ministries are very involved in trying to help communities get a sense of what the opportunities are they can grow, and certainly we're very interested in that as well. But I think I'll probably cut it there and deal with any questions as they come later. Thanks.